we put chairs in here. It's like a hotel lobby. I mean, there's so much canoodling going on during an ice. And the light is all very sexy. It's all 3 feet or lower, which is really unusual in a public space. Again, something we had to fight for. It's of course it's not unsafe, but we're so used to having everything so floodlit like this room when we came in, and somehow we don't need as much light in our lives. We need more selective light, and this is a case in point here. We do have one flooded light zone. The line passes through buildings and severs edges of buildings off, and we wanted to accentuate those moments. It's pretty fantastic when it does that. Trains were coming up here and loading and unloading on these docks. And here's just one of the small sections. This is a narrow section, a 20-foot section. And all the furniture just evolved out of the manipulation of the plank. So the benches, you can see, are just pulled out of the planking, sort of cantilevered. The water fountains the same way. So everything has sort of evolved out of that concept. This is just a little movie of the history. You don't really need to see this. This is them making it, etc., etc. There's sound on this. At any rate, it's been a phenomenal success. There were 2 million visitors in the first 6 months. As a comparison, I think MoMA gets 4 million visitors a year in New York. So it's been a phenomenal success. And one of the things that it's done to New Yorkers, it's the first time since I've been there, and I've been there since '89, where New Yorkers have actually slowed down. They go up there and they stroll. They make a passeggiata, like they do in Italy, just arm in arm, with nothing more to do than just to walk and promenade. It's almost like a piazza that's been unfolded and stretched into a 1.5 mile long corridor. This just sort of giving you a tour of the whole thing. Benches that peel up from it. The standard, I was intending to show some slides of some of the things it's engendered, one of which is tremendous development. So by leaving this thing and treating it as a park, or converting it to a park, there's our water feature there. See it glistening? There's that water part. By converting this to a park and by believing in the efforts of civilians, the city was able to transform this neighborhood into the most profitable and the most aggressively developed neighborhood in the city. There are some 70 condo projects recently completed or under construction, even despite the fact that we're in the what is it? World financial crisis. Anyway, so it's been a phenomenal success in every respect. So there's in this section 2, which I didn't show yet, there's a bypass that floats over the trees. So you walk up and you're sort of in the tree branches, and this is the boring part down here. But there's one moment where this is at the very end of the line, of the second phase. There will be a third phase, but we just sort of unclad it, and we put this sort of platform that reorients it to the street grid. So that's been a tremendous success, and in reclamation, in sort of sustainability, I suppose, but not in sort of the greenwash version of sustainability. Really, the sort of, well, here's this old piece of stuff. Why make something brand new when we can make it new, and not just make it a renovation, make it a conversion at the scale of the city. So it's been pretty interesting.